last video of this series. So exciting. My name is Melissa. I'm a biblical counselor. I have a master's degree in biblical counseling. I went to a special school just to learn about the medical aspects of mental health and how it relates to being a biblical counselor. And then we have learned so much since then. There's been so much research and progress and technology. So just continuing education. And I've studied nutrition for about 13 years. And I always love to continue to learn. And so this is the last video in this particular series, but it actually has 3 different video series that encompass this whole topic. And so I will refer to them. I highly recommend that you go to either my Instagram page, Amazingly Deep Thoughts, and look at the highlight reel that says hormones, or you go to our webpage, www.truthandsong.com, and there's a blog post called The Biblical Counselor's Guide to, I think that it's like hormone and chemical balance or good health or something like that, but it has all of the videos in there, and there's 15 total. So if you are struggling with this, if you're struggling with symptoms of low energy, depression, anxiety, it's all one topic, and they all have the same solutions. I'm just going to cover what the videos in this series is, but the first one is progesterone, estrogen levels, and how stress interferes with fertility and neurochemicals or neurotransmitters. The second is the physiological solutions and triggers of poor mental health, or to have good mental health. Third is serotonin, dopamine, norepinephrine, and GABA explained, and those are the neurotransmitters that are affected in what the fourth video talks about, how antidepressants, anxiety, and antipsychotic prescriptions work, and they deal with the brain chemicals of the chemical imbalance we hear about, or we hear about hormone imbalance or estrogen dominance. They all have to do with this. And the fifth video was your thyroid, your gut, your liver, and how that impacts your hormone and neurotransmitter balance. And this is kind of an addendum because your liver is a key player in all of this. It is what detoxifies your body. And you just need to understand that if you tax your liver too much, it can't do its job well. It will be what you hear, sluggish and slow. And so consequently, we hear a lot about we're going to have a liver detox drink, or a liver detox smoothie, or a liver detox concoction, a liver detox supplement regimen. But your liver, the very first thing you need to understand when it comes to your digestion and your liver is that they both require energy. You can give yourself as many supplements as you want, but if you don't have the mitochondrial energy to perform it, it's not going to happen. What you're then going to have is non-moving hormones, non-moving metals, non-moving minerals. They just don't work together because your body needs mitochondrial health, which we talk about in the very first video series. The very, very first video. It's the very first thing that I would talk to with any woman who's struggling with the symptoms of hormone imbalance, chemical imbalance, brain fog, all of this. They all work together, and the synopsis of what to do is in the 7 physiological triggers and solutions of poor mental health or hormone health. That's the synopsis. The step-by-step of how to deal with it is in the second video series, which is building better health 1 month at a time. So the solutions are not super difficult to implement. They're not. It's just when you don't understand what it is that's causing them, then you don't know how to fix them. So this is talking about the liver side of things. Your liver works with your digestive system to remove the toxins or the endotoxins from your body. The liver doesn't need to be detoxified. It needs to be supported with the minerals and the vitamins that it uses for its natural detoxification process. So if you give it, if your mitochondria, which is in the very first video, the very first series, has both oxygen and sugar, then you will have what it needs to create energy. And then once you have what it takes to create energy, you have to kind of look at processes in your body, kind of like a sidewalk. I say, okay, here's the first process, and then there's a sidewalk crack, which requires an enzyme. And then there's another sidewalk, and it goes in order. There's precursors to each step, and each one requires a certain component to then move to the next process. And when it comes to the liver, each of those enzymes really needs, there's two basic things. There's actually a lot of vitamin minerals, but the ones that we're mostly lacking are magnesium. Somebody asked me to say what type of magnesium I would recommend. I recommend magnesium glycinate or malate or carbonate. There's lots of different types, but some don't absorb well, or some, like chloride, it's like a laxative. And with magnesium, you need about 5 milligrams per pound of your body. So, and then you slowly build up to that, so that you don't, it will start making things move, because that's what it does. It helps processes, but if your body isn't used to it, you'll get diarrhea. So slowly build up, and you'll know if you took too much. So the liver actually works in 2 phases, and in the first phase with your liver, it uses, man, I have so many notes, and then I get distracted, and then I don't know where I'm at in the notes anymore. But glutathione, I'm pretty sure, I don't remember what it's called. But it is a component, a building block that is found within vitamin C. And I recommend whole food vitamin C. If you're going to take a supplement, make sure that it's a food-based supplement and not ascorbic acid. It doesn't work the same way. You need tyrosine, which is found within vitamin C, a whole food source, and tyrosine carries copper throughout it. And I talk about that in the first video series. But you need whole food vitamin C for your liver to work well. And vitamin C and magnesium are the 2 big guns when it comes to your liver health. So energy, magnesium, and whole food vitamin C. And if you have those 3 things, your liver will probably function well. You could probably turn off the video now if you wanted to. But that's the end of the matter. But your liver breaks down your fats in the first phase of what it does, in the first phase of digestion, and it breaks down your fats, and those fats become water soluble. And that's a pretty fast process, but and that takes the glutathione, that's the word I was looking for, glutathione. And it's, again, vitamin C. You need your vitamin C. And then in the second stage, it actually needs a lot more minerals to support the second stage. And it's the second stage that actually is where a lot of the damage comes in, because it's in the second stage where that fat soluble becomes water soluble, and the water soluble can go through your digestive system if there's high permeability, and then it gets into your blood. And you don't want endotoxins in your bloodstream. So that's the whole point of moving things quickly. And the way you move things quickly with your liver is to give enough energy, give enough magnesium and vitamin C. In your whole balanced diet, you should also have retinol and vitamin E and vitamin K, and then sunshine. But magnesium actually works with vitamin D to make it work. So if you're getting a lot of sunshine but not enough magnesium, it's not going to work for you. So phase 2 is when everything, man, your liver does so much. I can't even tell you how much that it does. But most of your liver problems are because at the end of the night, when your body starts detoxifying everything, and if you're not sleeping properly and you have too much stress in your life, and all of your energy and all of your nutrients are going towards survival scenarios and you don't have enough minerals to do it, then, you hear people, there's a lot of reasons they say that why do you wake up at 2 to 4 in the morning. Some people say it's because you stop eating around 6 or 7 o'clock at night, and then your liver has enough fat to support 8 to 10 hours of fasting naturally, and that's usually around 2 to 3 in the morning is usually where that 8 to 10 hours ends, and so then your cortisol is spiking to move the fat through your body. That's one theory of why you wake up. Another person says that, or another hypothesis is that around 2 to 3 in the morning, that's when your body is trying to detoxify, and if your body doesn't have enough minerals to do it, then it starts having problems, and that's what wakes you up. Some people say that it's because around that time it's when all of your toxic substances have been finished, and then you have to go to the bathroom because it helps detoxify some of the things through urine or through stool. And that's a lot of the reason why people regularly go to the bathroom when they poop when they wake up in the morning, when they're regular and their digestive system is going well, because they've had all of that time to detoxify. And so when they get up in the morning, your body gets rid of it. But for all of that to work, you have to just be able to rest, have the oxygen delivery through your body, magnesium and vitamin C, and then it will move it through your system, and it takes it into your large intestine, or actually your small intestine. They work together, and then also during that time, your liver absorbs from your digestive system the vitamins that it needs to store. So it stores those fat-soluble vitamins. It also stores your iron and your copper and retinol, which is the vitamin A. But also, one of the things that can slow down your liver is if you are taking too many medications, like too much Tylenol on a regular basis, or you're regularly consuming alcohol. Those are things that are harder for the system to process, especially when you do it in excess. And so the more energy your liver has to use to detoxify things, the more likely that there will be cell death in your liver, which is why you see on the acetaminophen thing that says don't take in excess of this amount because it can cause liver damage. Because if you tax your body with too many toxins and then there's not enough energy to detoxify it, it will cause cell death. Also, your liver uses, I know you're not going to be surprised, but it uses tyrosine, which is found in vitamin C, whole food vitamin C, to convert the thyroid hormone T4 into T3. So your liver is also connected to your thyroid, but it needs vitamin C. So, takeaways. It's the 4th time I've said this. Mitochondrial energy, which is found in the first video of the very first series. Magnesium, and which is found in the 3rd video of that first series. And vitamin C, and rest. So there you have it. If you can do those things, it's not super difficult. You will be supporting your liver, and it will detoxify itself.